Welcome back to the last of the combat guides, and today's style is magic. If you're interested in the melee or range guides, you can click on screen either side for them now. I just wanted to say thanks for all the positive comments so far. It's been great to watch them come in as the videos go out, and if you're not subscribed, you're missing out on loads of RuneScape content, so be sure to give that button a hit. As always, we'll be starting off with magic armor, so on screen now on the left hand side, the numbers with a plus sign are the defense levels needed. As with most mage armor, only requires defense levels to wear. And on the right hand side is the magic levels required. 1 to 70, fairly easy to follow. Mystic robes require the completion of Dragon Slayer to wear the top, and lunar and skeletal armors are classed as power armor, so you'll be doing slightly more damage and earning more XP while wearing these up to 70. They each require a quest to wear, which is lunar diplomacy for the lunar armor, and Fremenic Trials for the skeletal armor. They add a nice little bonus, but if you don't want to do the quest, don't feel you have to, as arms are just fine. And from 70, switch to subjugation armor, and this will last you all the way to 99, unless you want to do bossing, where even then it should be fine for most bosses, but you may want to upgrade. Weapons are a little more complicated, as you have staffs and wands, and there's a minimal difference between the two when you're using them from training to 1 to 99. It's really only for high level PVM where you want to look at what's best for each certain boss and situation. And in the background now you've just got all the staffs, and it will switch to all the wands in a minute. And there are a huge number of magic weapons, it's ridiculous. So instead of what I usually do in explaining all the degradables and costs, I'm going to put a kind of simplified route to 99, which is what I would use myself weapon wise. So the list of weapons here doesn't require any quest as far as I'm aware of, as I wanted to make it for everyone really. And I also tried to make it kind of affordable, but from level 80 the prices do shoot up, which is why I switched from the staffs to the wand of Psyweir and Virtus Book combo, as this is currently 25 mil compared to the staffs at that level, which are 42 mil and upwards for tier 85. Next onto auras, Vampirism and Penance. As always, Vampirism heals you up, Penance gives you extra prayer for damage taken. They're the two auras you should buy first if you're just looking to train, as they're really useful and add more AFK-ness and survivability. So onto unique magic auras. The Dark Magic Aura is best used against monsters with high life points and can add between 5 to 15% damage. So a good example of a monster to use on this would be possibly the Gemstone Dragons. Although no one's killing them, they've got 60k life points, the top tier ones, so this would add closer to the 15% damage increase, which is pretty notable. Finally, the Supreme Runic Accuracy is an aura bought in 4 stages, adding slightly more accuracy for each tier and totaling 107,000 loyalty points in total, but it can add up to 10% accuracy to your magic attacks, and is mainly only useful for high level PVM, so it should probably be one of the last auras to buy because of how expensive it is, but it's going to be really useful if you do some bossing. On to the second to last section before we get into the methods is ability bars and rotations. I'll link the RuneScape wiki, which has great revolution bars for beginners just to get you started. But if you want to learn more about optimum DPS rotations, I highly recommend checking out the Junesong's guides on them, so he does a good job explaining how DPS works in RuneScape. Finally, before we get onto the methods, I wanted to add some useful items and skills. 96 Herblore is a huge bonus as it unlocks overloads. They're great as not only do they have the highest potion boost, but your stats don't slowly drop as with the other potions, they stay at the max boost till your potion runs out. You can boost your Herblore from 92 using Spicy Shoes, but an easier way to do it is at 94 Herblore use a God Banner to boost Herblore by 2 levels for 30 minutes. Next we have Curses, a really valuable prayer set to obtain. At 92 prayer you unlock Soul Split, which heals the player 10% of the damage dealt, and at 95 you unlock Turmoil, which offers many boosts, and coupling this with Overload will drastically improve your DPS. And finally, on screen now are some useful items if you're looking into being super efficient while leveling. Just have a search through them on the wiki and what these items do, as it would take way too long for me to explain them all. Let's get right into the methods then. From 1 to 30 or 40 if you want to stay here a little bit longer, you'll be killing trolls in the Birthhope Cave. To get there, teleport to the Birthhope Lodestone and run north past the bank into the cave, and as you level up you'll be killing the trolls a little bit too fast and have to wait for them to respawn. So when this happens, just run to another room and continue killing for the fastest XP rates. From 30 to 40 you'll be killing Ice Warriors in the Asgarnian Ice Dungeon, south of Port Sarim, and these are great to train on as they only have a max hit of 156, though somewhat accurate. With say Vampirism or a Bunyip, you'll easily out-heal the damage they do, so can stay here virtually forever. Some people do choose to stay here a little longer than 40 as you do start to one-hit them once you upgrade your gear, and also they're a great source of medium clue scrolls. So from 40 to 60 you'll be killing ghouls north of Canifis for the fastest XP rates. You want to be maximising use of your AoE abilities you'll have recently unlocked to hit multiple enemies at once. So Dragon Breath will already be unlocked at this level, and at 45 you'll unlock Chain, so be sure to maximise the use of these basic abilities as they'll increase your DPS massively. Ghouls are slightly stronger than Ice Warriors, so if you're having trouble surviving you might want to stick to Ice Warriors a little bit till you get tier 50 gear. But once you do get here you will be getting faster XP due to those AoE abilities. So from 60 to 70 you'll be killing Earth Warriors in the Edgeville dungeon. This area is classed as part of the Wildy and you need 15 agility to get to this spot, but it's so unlikely you'll get attacked and it's a really quick run back to safety. So you'll be fine here, don't worry about it, just maybe don't AFK if you don't want to die. So from 70 I recommend the Abyss as it's just so fast and AFK. What I'm going to do is link a high level guide for later use and explain how you'll do the Abyss at level 70. So the low level setup requires ancient magics to be unlocked, which needs desert treasure quests to be completed, which really isn't too much hassle to do. And this will unlock blood spells, which heals you 5% of the damage dealt to your target and 3% damage dealt to the other enemies. And I'd recommend full subjugation gear if you can afford it, as it's under 10 mil, and any tier 70 weapon, and I'd probably upgrade to the Staff of Light once you hit 75. Also bring a healing or Beast of Burden familiar and you should be good to go. You'll be using Blood Burst to start with, and this is a spell unlocked at 68 and then Blood Barrage at 92. Although keep in mind you can boost your level with magic potions and use the spell a lot earlier, which is definitely worth it. The two best spots are in the southeast and southwest corners, and it's very crowded at peak times as there's only two really viable spots. Also you'll be schooled upon entering the Abyss, and while none of the Abyss is PvP, thanks to some people who told me about that, a common law is for people to offer money for the spot, and when you run back to the Abyss through the Wildy they'll have a couple of people waiting there, and as you're schooled and not expecting a PvP battle, they'll probably take most of your stuff, so that's just something to watch out for. Just be antisocial and don't talk to anyone down there. You're an RS player after all. If you have 75 Slayer, you could do Gargoyles from level 75 as well. I spent ages trying to find some good methods or some unique methods at this level, and there were really very little options till you get into the 80s. But with Gargoyles they're surprisingly decent money, and I'd advise if you have the Slayer points available to buy the ability that automatically smashes them under 1k life points. If not, you'll have to use your rock hammer and manually click smash on them, as this will save a lot of time and effort and increase your XP per hour. They're located in the Canifis Slayer Tower, so be sure to get some Slayer contracts from the front of the tower for extra XP. If you're in need of charms, at level 80 start Water Fiends. Some people have trouble surviving for long periods of time here, so you could wait till 85 mage in defense if you have this issue. You'll be good here still using subjugation armor and the best weapon you can at the time. And bring a bunyip and vampirism aura if you're having trouble still, and also if you can afford it, something like a blood fury adds extra healing as well. Once you get the hang of them, they're very chilled out training method all the way to 99, and if you are looking to level summoning as well, probably the way I'd go from here at least till 90ish. From 85 to 99, Glacors are the fastest XP in the game currently, although they're locked behind a huge amount of quests. So I'm just going to link a guide on screen, as I think most people would have already got 99 mage before actually unlocking access to these. On to the last two methods. 90 is an ideal time to start bossing and killing Krill. So Krill, you pretty much just have to focus on DPS, go for your kills as fast as possible, and if you've unlocked the Sunshine ability, use it at the start of every other kill. You could also bring Adren pots if you wanted really fast kills, but mainly just prayer and food. Krill does have a special attack which you could use Debilitate to half the damage taken, but with Soul Split or Vampirism and a familiar, you should be fine just tanking the damage. Krill, although less XP than the other methods, although not by too much actually, offers a bit of variety to the training, as well as decent money making and the chance of a pet. The last few methods I'm going to be covering have high Slayer requirements, so I just wanted to say, if you don't have a high Slayer level, obviously do Glacors if you have them unlocked, but if you don't, for AFKness I'd do Abyss to 99, Charms do Water Fiends, and for money do Krill. But on to the last two methods now. So Dark Beasts are insanely good. They require 90 Slayer and Morning's End Part 2 to be partially completed. They're located in the Morning Tunnels and you need full Morning gear and a new key to enter here, and once you've completed the Plague's End quest, you just need the new key, and it doesn't take long to find an empty world here surprisingly, which is great. And then just flick on Prey Mage and they literally hit nothing on you, and then just go for your AoE abilities. They are aggressive, and once they de-aggro, just climb back up the ladder you came down and back, and they'll be aggroed again. And they also have really decent drops for how easy they are. A couple of other options that are locked behind fairly high requirements. Ganodermic Beasts at 95 Slayer, Air Hats at 96 Slayer, and another option that is just so crowded at the minute, and I'll say it again, due a nerf very soon, is Abyssal Demons. And Abyssal Demons are a really good option, but like I said, I just didn't want to include them because of how crowded they are and the fact they're going to get nerfed. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video, and if you are looking for more guides, hit that subscribe button. See you later.